Welcome back to tacosandgeeks.com and Gotham Geek Girl. Justin here. I'm here, of course, with Nadia. How you doing, Nadia?
Hey guys, doing good.
And today we're doing a joint review on Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the prequel movie that is coming to theaters March 18th, in association with Crunchyroll and Funimation. And as always, we give you a brief synopsis. So here we go. When they were children, Rika was killed in a traffic accident right before the eyes of her close friend Yuta. It's a promise when we both grow up, we'll get married. Rika became an apparition, and Yuta longed for his own death after suffering under her curse. But the greatest Jujutsu sorcerer, Gojo, welcomed him to the Jujutsu High. There, Yuta meets his classmate Maki, Toge, and Panda, and finally finds his own determination. I want the confidence to say it's okay that I'm alive. While I'm at Jujutsu High, I'll break Rika's curse. Meanwhile, the vile curse user, Geto, who expelled from the school for massacring ordinary people, appears before Yuta and the others. This coming, okay, that part we won't read that part, but we're gonna do this review a little bit different because Nadia has actually watched the show, and I purposely did not watch the show yet. Once we got a screener to this, thank you to Crunchyroll, by the way, for the screener. We got a screener for it, so we saw a little bit. We saw the English though. Obviously, Nadia saw the Japan dub, and obviously for those in Japan, you've already watched this movie because it's been out there since December 24th. From what I understand, I never watched the show yet, so we're gonna have different perspectives here. So, Nadia, what did you think of the film?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm a big Gojo fan, so I was excited to see like a prequel and kind of, I guess, the story of everything before we meet Itadori. So I guess being that like we're gonna have like differing views, like for me, it was kind of like I enjoyed that I watched the anime first because I think it helps you understand like how the curses and the sorcery works a little more. But I could see how if you didn't watch the show, this could be a good introduction as well to new people to watching it. It was cool for me because some of the characters are in the show, and there were some new characters that were not in the show that I'm guessing fans of the manga will know more than I do. But for season 2, we'll probably see more of these characters that weren't in season 1.
Yeah, for me, as someone who hasn't watched the show, didn't read the manga yet, this was like a great introduction for me because I'm watching this. I was like, okay, this is awesome. This is really good. And I think what really worked for me was this kind of relationship between Yuta and Rika, and how that'll be a spoiler, but how Rika unfortunately passes away and he is cursed. And you have this whole dynamic of, they introduce a little backstory of the school, the purpose of the school, and it has some really cool apparitions in this as well. Some kind of horror elements when we get introduced to the antagonist Geto and his whole purpose of creating this perfect world of just sorcerers. I thought that was really good, and just the action. I saw it in English dub, so the English dub is top notch. For those who are worried about the performances, I think I will tell you that the English dub nailed it just as well as the Japanese dub as well. So there's no concerns with that. But I thought the action was very well done as well.
Yeah, that's one thing that's so great about this show, the action, the like fighting sequences. It's so well done. Like it looks like it's actual like people doing it. I've heard that that's how they kind of go about it with the animation, like taking real people's movements. So it looks realistic, the fighting styles. It's really cool. And
Yeah,
then, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like the art's fantastic. It's just very similar to the show and the styles. And yeah, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, especially with the art style, you can tell definitely more of a movie production budget was definitely introduced with this one. Just like the final, I can't spoil anything, but that final act, I did a little bit of research on the show. You do see characters from season 1 pop up as nice cameos. So there are some cameos in here. I won't say who, but there's some nice cameos in here. Fans of the show will probably jump up in the theaters as they're watching it. I thought that was a nice inclusion of it because I was like, me personally, I haven't watched the show, so I didn't know how important some of these characters are until my friend told me. I was like, so who are these people? And they was like, oh, this person, this. I was like, oh, okay. So now it's starting to make sense. But as far as it being a nice introduction for me, if you are not familiar with the show or anything about this, this is a great way to start off. Because I tell you this, I am watching the show after this review. I'm at least going to start episode 1 because I want to see how this actually connects to the show. But you said, minor spoiler here, said doesn't really connect too much to season 1.
Not really, because Yuta is not even in season 1. I believe he's like in like a snap of like the intro. And I think like when people like search for Easter eggs, I think someone found a clip where Gojo mentions like someone almost as strong as him. I don't know if that's like a spoiler. But yeah, he's not in the first season. He's not. Rika's not. The villain Geto is though. And he was like a childhood friend of Gojo.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I will say, that like if you're looking for the movie to be an explanation, it's not. Like don't get disappointed.
Yeah.
Because being that it's a prequel, it doesn't exactly like set things up. I think it's gonna more set up season 2.
Yeah, because you definitely have to stay for the end credits, because there is a cutscene that might lead to season 2, which I'm just theorizing that it has, because I haven't watched season 1. So I'm theorizing, because me watching, I'm like, okay, so this is just this ending cutscene leads to like season 1. My friend was like, nope. I was like, oh, okay. So this might be something else. So definitely stay for that ending cutscene, because it seems Yuta might be a very important character going forward.
Yeah, the ending was very random, but I could tell they're setting something up with Yuta. And I think like you said, he's gonna be important, and we don't really know like the path he's taken. If he's like a villain or if he's a good guy, like we're gonna, I guess, see more of that manifest in the next season.
All right, folks. So overall, we're gonna give this a thumbs up. I'm gonna put this definitely a must watch. This, if you're a fan of the show, I'm completely sold. I'm completely sold. I'm definitely gonna binge this on Crunchyroll, HBO Max. If you're a fan of the show, I will definitely say go see this in theaters March 18th. It is a fun ride. I can see why I did so much good numbers over there in Japan. And if you're not, and if you're trying to get some new anime movies to check out, this one I will highly recommend. Nadia, your final thoughts?
Definitely check it out, whether you've seen the show or not. Especially since like Justin hasn't seen the show yet either, and he enjoyed it, and now he wants to watch the show. So I think the movie's a great introduction to new fans as well as old fans. And then now it's got me to want to read the manga. So pretty excited.
Oh yeah, what's in the background over there? You can show them the little
figurine. I just have one of the episodes on.
Oh, the figurine, you can show them.
Oh yes. My boy.
So that's also
thanks to Crunchyroll.
I think soon, yeah. So that's out. You definitely check that out, folks. That's a nice figurine. But we are gonna wrap it up here. This is Justin from Otakus and Geeks, and Nadia from
Got the Geek Girl.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll catch you on the next one. Later days.